You know that one meme that goes like I have played these games before? Well, it is exactly how the second fight between Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopes feels like to me, man. So today I'll be telling you all about why it will not even be close, and also my takes regarding the other fights on the UFC 325 card. Let's start with the main event, okay? I gotta make it clear, what Diego Lopes did to John Silva, who was a rising star, extremely talented fighter, you know the deal. Anyway, what Diego did to him, that was crazy work. Like to see Silva force those spinning elbows the whole fight only to get knocked out by one was ironic, hilarious, depends on if you love the guy or not. Diego showed that night he has what it takes to grapple with the best in the division, and not only that, he will 100% knock your lights out if you underestimate him. Alright, we gave him his flowers for that victory, that's done. Facing Volk again though, I'm telling you, the result will be the same, if not worse for Lopes. Here's the thing, Volk looked so much better than Diego that whole fight, other than that one moment of getting rocked obviously. And honestly, I think the biggest hurdle for Volk in that first one was the doubt and the nerves, man. Cause think about it, he got knocked out by Makhachev and Topuria back to back. Mind you, both of those were not light stoppages, you know what I mean? Those were devastating knockouts. Now that it's out of the way and we've seen Volk compete at the championship level and win again, I have no doubt in my mind. His much better fight IQ, speed and experience I think will get him the victory against Lopes. I'm not gonna come out here and say Lopes is a one-dimensional fighter, no he's not, even though he likes to just go out there and brawl, instead of utilizing all of his skills, especially when it comes to grappling. But what I will say is, Volk is a good enough defensive wrestler who should never, ever end up in a bottom position getting ground and pounded like Silva did against Lopes. Guys, I know some of you think that the father time will get Volk this time around for sure, but still, please don't come at me saying Volk is an old man now. Yeah, he kinda is, but his cardio has been so great for so long, I really don't think he is going to gas out in a way that would affect the outcome of this fight. In order for that to happen, he would need to fight a relentless grappler, wrestler type, and let me tell you, Diego Lopes ain't that. Would I be surprised if Diego somehow catch Volk and rock him? Maybe not, okay, I'll give you that. Still though, as long as Volk is not out cold, Diego has absolutely no shot. Like in the first fight, Volk outlanded him pretty much 3-1, right? Can we just talk about how crazy of a difference it really is to outland your opponent 3-1? I cannot possibly stress that enough. So when Volk wins this, and believe me he will, you know what that will mean? He will become the greatest featherweight of all time. I know some of you are gonna bring up the Ilya loss, but please. Ilya, although he beat Volk and Max, he only defended his belt once. At 145, Volk has been running through everybody for years, and another win over Lopes just makes his case even more clear if you ask me. I say Volk just pulls up and most likely cruises to a decision. He has never been a knockout guy or someone who gets early finishes, but you never know, Lopes is genuinely very reckless. He leaves himself open way too much, and if Volk catches him clean while he's throwing something wild, I could see a stoppage, it's not like it's impossible. Realistically though, Volk will pick Lopes apart for 5 rounds, outlanding him 3-1 again, if not worse, and we just call it a day. I truly hope upon winning this pointless rematch, Volk retires so we don't have to see him at risk again. Cause like what does he even have left to prove? If I know him though, he will not, and we will get another Volk title defense against Mozart or Murphy. And let me tell you man, if we learned a thing or two from the whole Arman vs Ilya saga, I would say the UFC will skip on Mozart and give this to Murphy instead for sure. It is what it is. Anyway guys, I'll quickly go over a few more picks I have for this card with you now. Let's do it rapid fire style. First things first, I kinda feel sad for Dan Hooker. The guy has been fighting nothing but killers for such a long time at this point. BST is a very hard fight, people have been counting him out since the Dustin Poirier loss, but like guys, come on, it was Dustin who beat him, not some random bum off the street, you know. So him fighting against Dan Hooker is an intriguing matchup. Dan definitely has a chance to win this. Yeah, I'ma go with the guy who has the momentum on his side, BST. He probably can get Dan down at least a couple times, and although they are in Australia, I'm thinking he can snatch a decision just from that alone. So that's the co-main, right? What we have next is even trickier to call, to be honest. Fizzy versus Rafi. Damn, this is gonna be an awesome fight. I guess it's just going to be a matter of can Rafi keep Fizzy at kickboxing range rather than close up, dirty boxing / Muay Thai clinches, some cheeky strikes in their range. And also the other angle here is, of course, did Fizzy see how much Rafi struggled with BST's grappling in his last fight, and does he implement some of that himself? And now I'm not saying Fizzy is a full-blown full-blown wrestler, but he did take Justin down, you know. He didn't get much done with it, but in a 3-rounder, a couple minutes of control time could be the deciding factor. Considering all of this, I think I'm slightly leaning towards Fiziev, yet this can go either way. So it's a very hard fight to call, as I said. At least we are getting a banger out of it, right? Let me know what you think of UFC 325. Do you have any spicy hot takes? Share them down below so you can come back later and brag about them. If you turn out to be right, that is. Don't forget to subscribe for more MMA content just like this one, and I'll catch you next time, alright? Cheers!